Hello, everyone. Hopefully, you are enjoying the art show. Welcome to the gallery walk, and now where the middle and high schoolers will be discussing their inspirations for their favorite pieces. Go.
The seventh graders have been working hard in art and especially love digital art. One of the assignments we done was a digital Japanese note stand. We designed shapes inside a black square and reflected them outside of the square.
The eighth graders are especially impressive in art class.
One of our projects involved learning about the artist George O'Keeffe and drawing or painting in a similar style. I hope you enjoy our viewing or projects.
The ninth graders have been doing great work this year. One of our projects was still life drawing that we put together at home and sketched realistically.
Digital art. One project we've worked on is digital fractured self-portraits on Google Drawings. We recreated our faces in a mosaic pattern. Hope you like them.
Our sculpture class is new, but we have been busy finding new ways to make sculpture mostly at home. One of our projects was making nature models out of environmental materials. Hope you like our work.
Hold on.
In 11th grade, we often conduct discussions on the art industry as well as great artists and movements. One artist we covered was Picasso, and our project was to draw a portrait in his style after learning about him and his life. Enjoy the show.
My favorite project I've done this year is a Google Drawing self-portrait. I've chosen this project as my favorite because I've not only have an interest in digital art, but I've also never drawn a self-portrait of myself. Some inspirations are digital portraits that are drawn really well. I've used these inspirations to make my own better.
Hey, Mr. Abdallah. I chose this project because it was the best artwork that I've created throughout this year. And then also, what inspired me to pick this project was the vibrant colors, the shape, and also the time I dedicated to making this project, as I think I spent the most time on this project, which means that I put it in.
Hi, Miss A. This is my art fair recording, and for this project I decided to do the fractured portrait. Before starting this project, I really liked how it looked through the examples, and it looked really cool because I've never seen something like this. And while making it, it was really fun because I can make like so many different types of shapes. So one of the choices that I made was adding small triangles to the face. I decided to do those because like it looked more descriptive. Like I wanted it to be more detailed, and like also something else that like inspired me to do the background. So the background is like more of a colorful theme. So something that inspired me to do the background was more of like a playful vibe and like a colorful. So I wanted it to be as vibrant as it could, and I really liked how it turned out.
Hi, my name is Shasta Ravo, and I'm in 7th grade. For this year's art fair, I chose the note-ins we made inspired by Japanese artists. The two colors I used for my note-ins are black and white. Black generally represents evil, while white represents good. White is pure light and black is the absence of light, and therefore the colors work well with each other. Personally, I think that when creating art, it's important to pay attention to the small details such as color and express some type of meaning through your work. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the art.
Hello, this is Leanne Ernest from 7G, and I chose this project because I had a desire for speed paint or just digital art in general, and I believe we did that at some point of the year, or maybe it was last year, but this is one that I'm really proud of that I drew. I used references for face map and hair, but everything else was just my design. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Rohini Racha and I'm from 7T. This year for my art show, I wanted to display my note-ins. To make my note-ins, I used two different colors, dark blue and white. White was meant to represent positivity in your life, and dark blue was the sadness in your life. I wanted to show the deep meaning of life, that life has ups and downs. Thank you!
Hi, Manav.
Hi, Arjun.
Tell me about what inspired your winter project. I see you also made a snowman.
I was trying to put different emotions and feelings into the snowman and give them different personalities. What about you, Arjun?
I was trying to depict the classic winter wonderland theme.
Okay, that looks great.
Thanks, yours does too.
Thanks. Enjoy the show, everyone.
Hi, Vaishrik. Please tell us a little bit about your artwork.
So my artwork is I usually focus around the main colors, purple and orange, because I just always like how those two colors contrast and how you can make like abstract with them. And probably my main passion for art comes from being able to express myself and be creative with it, because I love doing like artsy things and being creative. And like for example, the animations that I make and the characters, that all comes from my life stories. So like all the crazy and funny life stories I have, that motivates me to make art about it and show it to others.
Thanks. I hope you all enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm Deer.
And I'm Rohit.
So, getting started, Rohit, how'd you get the inspiration and what was your idea behind all your art pieces?
So my first art piece, which is a Nutan, which is like a Japanese artwork where you have dark and light space. I made PNGs of clip arts of like very discernible objects like sharks, a moon, and a sun, and I basically flipped it and photoshopped it to look opposite on both sides. So one side's black, the other side's white, etc. The second one is actually a piece I did in under an hour. It's a composite of about 14 images, and I photoshopped it to make it look like a scene I had in my mind. The last one is an animation made in Blender, a 3D animating software, and I wanted to make it repeatable and have a weird rotating aesthetic, so that's what I did. Okay, what was the inspiration for your artworks?
So the first one is an animation I did, and I'm really into abstract art and I really like vast color palettes. So I just took 3 different colors that I thought would mix well, so pink, dark blue, and light blue. And I tried to make this weird geometry thing where it's like I take triangles and I subdivide them and then connect them so that you're kind of going through it. And then I animated that so it looks like a C. And then I also wanted to try abstract still life. So I tried to make this studio environment, but then I took a bunch of random shapes and then kind of stacked them up on top of each other and gave it this really cool texture that allowed it to look like it was kind of infinite. And then I distorted it a little bit, and then that's how it looked. And I made it all in Blender.
Okay, so for the last try that we have is actually 2 collaborations we did together. So the first one is a science fiction laboratory we based off some concept art, and the second one is a piece we made where Deer made the island and background mountains, the islands and the bulk of it, whereas I made the tree, the bushes, all of the aesthetic and processing after we rendered the image. I think the laboratory one was probably the hardest one to make because there was more modeling involved. We had to make a lot of the props in the scene, especially the ones in the back. Same with the crates in the front and the globe, which Deer made.
Yeah, we also applied a really cool effect to the laboratory one, where basically it draws a line over every single edge there was, so it kind of looks like it's more refined.
Yeah, so it looks like it's more hand-drawn. So it's called freestyle, and the computer goes around the geometry and draws in black lines where the edges of the object lie. And the second one, the tree, is actually, there's a lot of color grading that happened into the final picture, because originally the water and the background wasn't so bright, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hi Devesh, can you
Hey.
talk about what inspired you for your artwork?
Yeah, for sure. So basically, the Google drawing portrait that I did was inspired by what Mrs. A told me when I was struggling with my artwork. She said, I'll quote it, anything can be art. So basically, I use that as an inspiration, and also thanks to my friend Nian, who allowed me to use her picture. So I would say those two were my inspiration to actually make the picture.
I just so
Hi, Devin. Devon.
what inspired this project?
This is the Japanese no-tune project, and I tried a unique idea, which was to use a reflection for it.
Thanks. Looks great. Thanks for showing your art piece.